and we will get started with our centering and grounding class, week 2, or episode 2. All right, so we'll go find our way onto the mat. It's crazy. We haven't been here in a long time. So I'm very excited and very happy to be back in this right here. So, as always, hello, welcome. So glad that you are here, and let's just find our way onto the mat, into our easy seat, whatever that looks like. Maybe we have a support under our hips or maybe under our knees, whatever it happens to be that we need. And like I said, we are focusing on grounding and centering. So as we arrive on the mat, kind of putting ourselves into this quiet bubble, maybe without any fighting dogs or anyone else to contribute to distraction, starting to soften our breath and soften our eyes. I invite you to imagine while you are just listening to your breath. Imagine that your spine, your tailbone, your sits bones are all rooting into the earth, just as though you are a tree rooting into the earth. With each class in this series, I invite you to start the same way, finding ourselves rooting, connecting, burrowing into the earth, so that in spring we can bloom. And I know that sounds kind of hokey, but really, bring that in. We're going to do a lot of breath and movement today. So we'll begin taking our hands palms down. Palms up is when we are ready to receive the gifts of the universe. Palms down is rooting and grounding, and that's what we're doing right now, centering, rooting, grounding. And I invite you to inhale, our spine nice and tall, and our chin coming up as far as feels comfortable for us. And exhale, bringing that chin back down toward the chest, bowing. We'll do this breath, inhaling chin up and exhaling chin down at your own pace. But connect breath and movement. And then we'll take that chin, come back to our center place, and we'll do the same thing. Maybe inhaling the chin to maybe the right shoulder or the left, whatever you choose. Inhaling. And then exhaling, slowly coming to the other side, to the left or the right, whichever one. And then inhaling, coming back. And remember, keep your neck nice and tall. So we are preventing injury and just soothing the neck rather than harming the neck. And come back to center. We'll do the same thing again with our breath. We'll start with inhaling the chest forward and then exhaling the chest back. So seated cat-cow. We'll do some regular cat-cows as well. We're just going to start here. Breath and movement. And with each one of these, inhales and exhales, really feeling your sit bones, your tailbone, heavy and rooting into the earth. And let's move into some chest circles. So again, inhaling, maybe the chest comes to the right knee, moves along the open space to the left, and then exhale, dropping back. Again, breath with the movement, your pace. Don't go too fast. We're just warming up. And then switch directions. And come back into the center. Okay, all right. From here, let's reach our legs out straight in front of us and pointing and flexing. Especially if you've been really active lately, I think this is always a really good posture. Just take a moment to get the spine nice and tall, the legs out, waking up the ankles and the feet. Maybe even take a minute to kind of spread the toes wide. We're going to do some grounding through our feet today, so why not warm the feet up? Okay, inhale, arms up overhead. You know where this is going. Bending at the waist. Exhale, diving forward to your shins, to a block. Maybe you even have a belt nearby. So you can always capture your feet with the belt and keep that spine nice and tall, no arcing, spine nice and tall. And with each exhale, maybe just a micro bend closer toward your shins. So however you get there, whatever it looks like. Take about 2 more breaths. Each inhale, spine is long. Exhale, a little closer. While we're doing this, check in with your body. Where is it tight? Some of you, I heard you. I know what you're saying. I'm tight everywhere right now, but you got to start somewhere, right? Okay, relief slowly coming out of our cane position. Cross our ankles, and we'll come into a tabletop. We'll do some more cat-cows here. But before, just come into a neutral tabletop for a moment and really feel your fingers and your toes connecting with the mat, grounding, and find your belly button in the center of your body. And just connecting with these for a moment. And when you're ready, we'll drop into some cat-cows. Again, mindfully checking in with our breath and movement. So inhale, elbows don't go to the sides, right? Inhale, chest open, belly drop. Exhale, pushing through the fingers, arcing the back, pulling that belly button in. Keep going at your pace, but really focusing on your breath and your movement. I said that kind of creepy, I'm sorry. Movement. All right, and at your next exhale, come back to our neutral tabletop. We're going to go into a short downward facing dog. We won't stay there too long. So I'm going to curl my toes, send my hips up high, really pressing through the toes and through the fingers to come into our down dog. Paddle out if needed, or find your way into a moment of stillness. Really pressing through those fingers, keeping that spine nice and tall. And then meet me with both feet between the hands for a forward fold. So I'm going to tiptoe foot in front of foot, slowly walking my way up, but both feet will end up between the hands, forward fold, as always. And of course, you can always forward fold to a block. Okay, and keeping the feet about hip distance apart, rooting through, so pressing through all four corners of the foot, activating your legs, slowly rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae. Come to a Tadasana or mountain posture. All right, in our Tadasana, our mountain posture, feet are pressing into the earth. Take those fingers and really sending electricity down toward the earth, almost like you're lightning. You're sending lightning out of your fingertips. Pulling the tops of the hands back behind you, palms are facing forward. Breathing here. And then from this position, bend the knees a little bit. We're going to do a little, it's almost qigong. So from here, bring my palms forward. And as I do, I'm going to inhale, standing up. So palms coming forward, standing up a little bit more. And then on the exhale, bend knees, or bend knees. And the tops of the palms come back behind. So again, this is a little more qigong than it is yoga, but our theme today for centering is really finding breath and movement. So inhale, knees straighten, standing up, palms come forward. Exhale, palms back to the hands move backwards, knees bend. And just moving, just bending those knees slightly. So we're not doing anything aggressive. All right, on your next exhale, bring both the feet together so they're close together. And we'll inhale into a chair posture. So those hips back, weight on the heels, really feel the heel connected to the earth, rooting down. Inhale, opening that chest. Exhale, sitting down just a little bit more. Okay, we're going to exhale. Arms are going to circle backwards and weight goes onto the left foot. Right knee floats up. Did everyone get that? Okay, the right knee floats up, holding onto the wall, a chair, or both hands interlaced in front of the right knee. Take a moment to circle out the right foot. Pushing the knee into the hands will open up the backs of your shoulders as well. So if you have a lot of stress there, press the knee into the hands, pull back fingers onto the knee. Be gentle, of course, with the knee, especially if you have injuries. And on the exhale, we're going to step back into a triangle pose. So my right foot comes back behind the left, a little bit more than hip distance apart. Left toes are going to the short end of the mat or the top of the mat. Right foot is perpendicular. That was a painful math term to come to. Okay, so from here, hands are on the hips, and then I'm going to reach my left fingertips out, reaching over my shin and coming down, left fingers toward the left shin, ankle, block, or floor. And then release the right hand so that the right fingertips come up toward the ceiling. On the next exhale, come back up, torso comes back up to standing. And now I'm going to shift my hips so that now I'm forward. Take my hands, either keep my hands on the hips or interlace the fingers behind the back, reaching those fingers down, pulling the shoulders away from the ear, hinging at the hips, folding forward over the left leg. Now from here, release those fingers, frame that front foot. So my hands are in front, either side of my left foot. Weight goes onto the left foot. Let the right heel float up as far as is comfortable. So this is a little standing split, but maybe the standing split, you're kind of less split and more just the leg is up. That's okay. Okay, we're going to release and go into a warrior one. So I'm going to come back up, pressing up, let that back leg fall down, coming into warrior one. Check your posture. Inhale those arms up overhead. Staying here for just a moment, really feeling the pressure of your feet going into the earth. Check that your front knee is not folding over. And on your next exhale, transition into warrior two. So warrior two, our hips open, fingertips pull opposite directions, pinky pulls back to open up the heart. Really feel your spine sending energy down toward the earth. All right. From here, we're going to windmill our hands down to frame the left foot. Turn the right toes around, and from the fingers, kick the left leg back so that you're in a three-legged down dog. Hold it here for a moment, and then bring both feet together for a down dog, a regular down dog. From here, we're going to do Chaturanga Dandasana to up dog, whatever works for you. I'm going to start by going into a supported plank. So for my down dog, I'm actually going to come into a supported plank, but you do as what you would like. And then lowering all the way down. Little baby back bend. I'm going to do a Sphinx pose first. Palms and forearms on the mat. And release, come back into a down dog. Meet me in the down dog, and then we will make our way between the hands. So look between those hands and step or hop between the hands. And we'll do a moment here to just fold forward, maybe rock back and forth gently. Stretching out the lower back. And let's inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And when we inhale next, we're going to inhale to come up into edge chair. We did it once, we'll do it again. Inhale, heart open. Exhale, sitting back, pulling the toes up maybe. All right, pressing through those heels. Exhale, windmill the arms back behind you slowly. Pressing through the right foot now. Let the left knee float up. The knee is at our waist. Interlace the fingers around the knee, or you could hold on to a chair or a wall or a dog. Circle out your left foot. Press into the knee if you need a little bit more stretch in the shoulder. And then release the fingers, release me, stepping back into another triangle pose. Right toes are now facing the very front of the mat. Back toes are perpendicular. Look at me, I said it again. Okay, so from here, hands can be on the hips. Inhale the right fingertips out, reaching out, hinge at the waist. Right fingertips come to the shin, the ankle, the floor, or a block. Left fingertips come up to the ceiling. Release, bring the torso back up, shift the hips and the shoulders. So now you're facing forward. Hands can be on the hips or interlace the fingers, pulling the fingers down away. That also pulls your shoulders away. Hinge at the hips and forward fold over the right leg. Okay, release, frame that front foot, and weight goes onto the right foot and to our fingers, and let the left heel float up into a standing split of your choosing. Like, I'm feeling pretty tight right now after snowboard instruction all day, so I'm not getting into a very deep split, and that's okay. Keep your hips balanced. Just do what feels good for you. All right, and we're going to release and come into a warrior one. So that release, torso comes up, body comes up, right knee is bent. Inhale, arms up overhead. check your body posture and take a moment to just feel the feet, both feet pressing into the earth. Inhale and then exhale, shifting your weight to the sides. Warrior two, fingers pulling in either direction, pinkies pull behind you. On your next breath, windmill those hands down to frame your front foot. Weight goes onto the left toes, they're anchored, and then slide that right leg back into a three-legged down dog. Hold it here for just a moment. And then both feet come together into a regular down dog. And then again, we'll go into our chaturanga dandasana. So this time I'm going to come into plank, hold my plank for a moment, and then slowly lower down. And then I'll come up into a cobra, flipping the feet, pressing through the fingers, inhaling. Make sure the spine is pulling away so we're not crunching the lower back. Okay, release. And this time, let's press back into a child's pose. So knees as wide as the mat. Big toes come together. And sending those hips back. Finding a good way to send the energy down toward the earth, forehead down, arms maybe reaching out to stretch out and then lengthen the side body. If you'd like to set an intention for the practice, this would be a great time to do that. I love doing it in child's pose, as you know, I think. Okay, take one more breath here, inhaling slowly, and then exhale, coming out of our child's pose into a table for just a moment. Press through the fingers, curling the toes, send the hips high, and then just coming into the center of our mat. And slowly standing up. Okay, so from here, we're going to do a little bit of balance and grounding as well. So let's get our weight onto our left foot. And I like to do the, ooh, that's kind of like the Kung Fu thing. I'm really squishing into the ball of my feet and then pressing all of my weight into that heel. So since we're really talking about centering and grounding, I'm hyper focusing on it. Weight goes onto the left foot, and we're going to bring our right knee into our tree posture. So left knee is bent. And of course, your right knee could be your right foot, sorry, it could be at the ankle, it could be at the calf, it could be in the inner thigh, wherever you're at, where you need to bring your palms together to your heart. Holding here, inhaling your spine longer, exhaling, feel the right knee pulling out to the side. You could stay right here, maybe feel your arms moving. Reaching out, maybe they're in a breeze, or maybe they're just reaching up to the universe. So pulling in your belly button to your spine, hold on to our nice strong balance. We're going to step out. Right leg is going to step out into a goddess posture. Okay, so from here, releasing that right foot wherever it is, stepping out wide. Remember, heels come in, toes go out, arms are already reaching out maybe. Inhale here and exhale, arms come into cactus, knees come out to the side into our goddess squat. So this first time that we're here, we're just going to hold our goddess squat. And the next time that we come through here, we're going to do some actual active squats. Really feel the energy coming down your center, your midline, out the tailbone, sending down to the earth. Knees are out to the sides, heels and toes are really pressing in. Feel the elbows bending. Your arms should be nice and stiff. Okay, and release. We're going to stand up. Toes come in, hinge at the hips, forward fold. So wide-legged forward fold. Okay, from here, we're going to do a little pyramid pose. So from pyramid, I'm going to shift my left toes and then followed by my right toes. My left are going to go toward the top of the mat. So pyramid, the toes are kind of going the same direction, right? And if I was in that forward fold, now I'm already folding here over my left leg. So my torso is folded over the left leg, right leg is behind, but the toes are all going the same direction. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, right hand comes down next to left foot. Do a little twist, left fingertips up toward the ceiling. And release. Placing, sorry, got distracted. Place hands on both sides of that left foot. Weight goes onto the right foot. Inhale, kicking the left leg down, back into a three-legged down dog. Okay, really quickly in here. Inhale, bend the left knee, left elbow. Exhale. Inhale, kicking back. Bend left knee to center, knee to nose, nose to knee. Kick back, and then bending the left knee, right elbow. Kicking all the way back. Hold here, stacking those hips. Sending the left heel over to the right. And then unstack, coming back into a downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath here. Holding on. And then step into the center of the mat and we'll do the other side. So in the center of the mat, feet together, slowly rolling up to standing. Okay, so from here, now same thing, other side. Right foot, weight goes on. Maybe we squish the ball of the right foot down, really rooting in. Left foot comes to the ankle, to the calf, or to the inner thigh. For our tree posture, really pulling that spine in tall. And I invite you to check in on your hips. If your foot is over by your hip, is your hip sticking out or are you keeping your hip straight? So is your right hip going to the right or is your right hip staying right in line with your body? All right, inhale, bring the palms together. Chest meets the thumb. Inhale the spine long, exhale the left knee out to the side. Maybe releasing the hands, holding up to the universe. If you want to add some movement, feel free. And then from here, weight is on the right foot. We're going to step out into a goddess posture. So stepping all the way out wide, fingertips out, and we'll do, like I promised, our little goddess squat. So we'll do about 3 to 5. So inhale, stretching out, exhale, elbows bend, knees bend, our sits bones go down to the earth. Inhale, stretching out, exhale. And maybe one more, inhale and exhale. All right, straightening the legs, straightening out the feet, hinging at the hips, forward fold, wide-legged forward fold. And we'll do the same thing over here on the right foot. So we're going to get into a pyramid. So switching my weight, you might be facing the backwards now, but my left toes are behind my right. They're all going the same direction, and my torso is bent over my right shin. Inhale, halfway lift, and then exhale, left hand next to the right foot, right fingertips reaching up toward the top of the ceiling. I would say top of the ceiling. Is there a bottom of the ceiling? Not really sure. Okay, release, move through your center fold here. And I'm going to come back to frame my left foot so I'm facing forward again. Oh, I missed our three-legged. I'm so sorry. Go back to where we were. I'm so distracted. All right, framing my right foot. We didn't do the three-legged. Okay, so pressing through the left foot, you can just forget I did that. No problem. All right, right heel comes up, three-legged dog, and right knee to right elbow. Inhale, kicking back, right knee, nose to knee. Inhale, kicking back, and then right knee to left elbow and kicking back. Okay, this is the part. Let's bring our feet to a downward facing dog. Look at our hands, and we're actually going to jump into a malasana. So press through the fingers. See if you can hop or step your legs to either side of your arms. And then we'll just come into a short malasana before we come to a seated position. You might be facing the back of the room. That's okay. So malasana is our yogic squat. Elbows against the knees. And then we will come down to a nice seated position. So our closing today, we're going to bring the bottoms of our feet together for a Baddha Konasana. Just kind of flap our knees if we need it. Spine nice and tall. And feel our sits bones connecting to the earth again. We'd even do a couple shoulder rolls. Finding thanks in that we are connected here. Taking a couple breaths. And I can't wait for us to continue our centering and grounding exercises in our next class. Okay, and from here, if we want to release the toes and come into a supta, or not a supta baddha konasana, a sukhanasana, nice easy seat. We're going to close out our class together. And I encourage you to go out and do a little bit of mindfulness or meditation after this practice. But together, let's go ahead and inhale, arms up overhead, palms together. Exhale, bringing hands to heart, bowing. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.